Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new, made by Mackenzie. I am Mackenzie, and today I'm very excited to share with you guys my jellyfish pattern. I love it so much. I'm so proud of it. I'm so happy with it. It is a completely no-sew pattern. There's a lot of jellyfish patterns out there that require you to like sew the tentacles on at the end, or you tie them and then tuck the tails, but the thing that annoys me the most is tucking in all those tails. So I decided to make a pattern where I don't have to worry about that. Everything is all done at once, and the only tail that you have to tuck in is the one from the very bottom that you would have had to tuck in anyways at the very end of your project. So I'm super happy about it, and it's great for markets no matter what size it is. So I have this big size in the Sweet Snuggles. I have a really tiny one in the Bernat Velvet, so that I put on a little keychain and for a little backpack buddy. Love this one. And then I have some in the Sweet Snuggles Lite. This one I did a color change for the tentacles because I know quite a few of us like having different color tentacles, so I did a little color change on it. And of course with the Bernat baby blanket, because you guys know that I do enjoy the Bernat baby blanket. But I'm so happy about it, super excited about it. So let's get into how to make this completely no-sew jellyfish pattern. Let's go. So for today's tutorial, I decided to change up my camera angle and placement. So if there's a few more bumps in the roads kind of like that, please forgive me. But let me know whether or not you like this camera angle better, or if you like more like the direct, like up and down overhead look better, so let me know. But today we are going to be using the Sweet Snuggles Lite yarn in Crimrose with a 6mm crochet hook. We'll need a plastic darning needle. I like using the plastic ones for these more delicate Chanel yarns. And then the metal darning needle I save for like my worsted weight yarns or the Bernat blanket yarns, because they're a little bit more durable and can hold up a little bit better. We'll need our little stitch markers. I have two that we'll be using today to mark our front loops and back loops that we leave unworked so that we can find them easier later. I also have this safety eyes with the backings, and also if you've been with me for a while you'll know that I use a little piece of felt and I cut a little slit in it. And then I also have my lighter, scissors, stuffing. Let's get started. So first thing that we're going to do is we are going to start with magic circle. So this is going to be fun. Magic circle. And I like to put 12 single crochets in my magic circle, and you're going to want to be loose. Okay, so that's 6 single crochets. I'm going to stop and I'm going to go ahead and start closing my magic ring, because it's usually a little easier to close just 6 stitches than it is to close all 10, but we all know how... Oh, ha! Well, that's surprising. That Sweet Snuggles tends to work. It kind of is difficult, which is why I have my worsted weight just in case. Alright, so then I'm going to put the remainder 6 single crochets in for a total of 12. Alright, 12 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the one that's trying to hide here is 12. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1 single crochet in that one just to kind of hold it together. And I'm going to take my stitch marker and I'm going to put it not on the single crochet we just did, but the number 12 one, just like that. And we are going to pull our ring the rest of the way. Let's see if it's going to work for me today. Nope, it's not. That's okay. that is why we come prepared with our worsted weight yarn and darning needle. So I'm just going to thread this. You see these little vertical stitches. I am just going to take this and just grab the first little vertical stitch all the way around. Okay, I'm sorry, my camera cut out. But you just go all the way around, and then you tie it, pull it tight, and tie it in a knot, and then you can't even tell that you were having issues closing your magic circle. So that's what I like to do. All right, now we're going to go on to round 2. So round 2, we are going to get up to 18 single crochets, or 18 stitches, I should say. So we already started with 1 right here. Then we're going to increase in the next stitch, and then single increase all the way around until we have 18 single crochets. Move our stitch marker to the end, and now what we're going to do is we're going to get up to 24. So we're going to do 2 single crochets and then an increase all the way around. Okay, we are at 24 all the way around, and the next thing we are going to do is we are going to do 4 rounds of 24 single crochets all the way around. And one of the tips and tricks, hacks I like to do, especially with bigger projects where I have to do like 8 rows or 9 rows, 10 rows of all the same thing, is I take my stitch marker and I mark right here. So I've already started my first row, so that way that I don't have to start like at the very beginning and count all my rows all the way up to where I am. I can just see where my stitch marker is and know that, oh, I've done 1 row, and then once we get up to our 4, we'll see it a lot easier than having to go back in and count all of your previous rows. You just see the rows where you're doing the exact same, so the 24 single crochets. So I will meet you guys back here whenever I get all 4 rows completed. Okay, so you can clearly see that I have done 4 rows. So I like that. I like that hack. I like being able to see it instead of having to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, all the way to that point. Now what we're going to do for row number 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yep, 9, sorry. We are going to start tapering in our jellyfish. We're going to do 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and we are going to do an invisible decrease. So if you have never done an invisible decrease before, you take your hook into the front loop only of the next 2 stitches, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, finish. That is how you do an invisible decrease. So we're going to repeat that all the way around. Wonderful. Okay. Now we are going to take our stitch marker, our second one, and we are going to mark the back loop for our next round, because we are going to be working in the front loops only this round, and so for us to be able to find that back loop easier, I mark it. So this one is the round we're going to do all of the little ruffles around our little jellyfish. So first what we're going to do is we're going to do a half double crochet. So you yarn over, insert your hook into the front loop only, pull up a loop, and then pull through all 3 for a half double crochet. And then we're going to put 3 double crochets in the same stitch. So 3 double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. So do that 2 more times. Okay, so now we have our little ruffle cluster here, and then we are going to, again, remember, through this round we are just doing the front loops only. We are going to slip stitch, and then we repeat that. Our half double crochet, 3 half our 1 half double crochets and 3 double crochets in the same stitch. And a slip stitch into the next one. Just like that. And we're going to repeat that all the way around. And so you should have 9 of these ruffles around. The last thing that I need to do is I've got my last cluster here, and my last stitch I need to do a slip stitch in it. But before I do that, I am going to take off my stitch marker, and I'm going to make sure and mark the back loop so I know that that one was my last back loop. And then slip stitch. Awesome. Now seems like a wonderful time to add some eyes to our little jellyfish. So the eyes are going to be placed, I like putting them 2 rows up from the ruffles and about 5-6 stitches apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 5 visible stitches and like 6 stitches apart kind of thing. But you can always play with your eye placement if you want them closer together, you want them up higher. Like, you place your eyes wherever your heart desires. I'm going to put mine a little bit closer today. I'm going to change up his expression. So now you take your felt piece and put it on the back, and then your backing for your safety eyes, and snap that into place. Do the other one. Awesome. And then I'm going to take my lighter and I'm going to heat this tip for about 6 seconds. And then I'm going to smush it down to make sure that there's no way that that is going anywhere. And then side. My fan is making this a little difficult. There you go. There we go. Bam. Eyes done. All right, so let's get our hook back on there. Now for this next round, we are going to be decreasing again, but in those back loops. So we're going to start with a single crochet into that stitch that we marked. Single crochet, we can move that for right now. And then we are going to be doing a decrease. So you see these little bumps here? So that's our decrease. We should have 12 stitches when we're done. So single, decrease. I kind of like sandwich my ruffle up so that I can see that stitch. Single, decrease. All right, this will be my last set. 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. Okay, now we get to add our little stingers. What are they called? The little tentacles, sorry, tentacles to our jellyfish. So we're going to start by slip stitching into the first stitch. So if you're having a hard time finding your first stitch, you can always mark that stitch, or you can count backwards because we have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we are going to slip stitch into that one, and this is also a row where we are doing front loops only again. So slip stitch into that front loop, and we are going to chain 21. All right, 21 chains. Now what we're going to do is we are going to increase in each of these chains all the way down. So we're going to have a total of 40 stitches, and increasing in each of these chains is going to give us that spiral effect that we want. So go ahead and increase in each chain all the way down. So I have a nice, beautiful spiral tentacle going on right now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch, again, front loop only, into my next stitch. There we go. And then if you want to do a color change, now would be the time to do your color change for your next tentacle. I'm not doing a color change this time, but if I were, then I would just chain one with my new color and then continue on. So now we're going to do our next tentacle. To do that, we slip stitch and then chain 21, and we start that process all again. Chain 21, increase all the way down, slip stitch into our next one, and then slip stitch, chain 21. We keep doing that all the way around. So you should have 6 tentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tentacles. Now we are going to stuff our jellyfish. And I stuff, and then I just kind of circle, motion, pull it around, and then I'll stuff some more and keep doing that until it's at the firmness that I want. Okay. Now for our last row, we're going to close it up one more round of decreases, which will be 6 decreases in those back loops again. So find those back loops. Can be a little difficult with the stuffing, but we're going to be doing 6 decreases. If you need to take out stuffing and come back and stuff it a little bit after you've done a couple of decreases, that's more than okay. Come on. All right, then I'm just going to slip stitch, cut my yarn, and fasten it off. So you'll still have a little bit of a hole if you need to add any more stuffing. If you took some stuffing out to kind of make those last round of decreases a little bit easier, now's the time to add that in before you completely close your hole. And we're just grabbing those 6 front loops with our yarn and thread, or yarn and needle, sorry. Yarn and needle. And then pull it closed. Come out into the body. Go back. Then take my hook and then just grab wherever my yarn kind of came out and tuck that in. Boop. And there you go. There is your adorable little jellyfish with all its little tentacles. Absolutely love it. Super, super cute. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to link me or give me credit for the pattern. If you post it on any of your social medias or anything like that, if you could give me credit, that would be much appreciated for the little jellyfish pattern. But again, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!